Okay, so for the fun poll, so Kaya, we know how much you enjoy surfing. So I thought, what would be, the most fun way to incorporate this? What is the best surfing movie?
All right,
So
what are our options, man?
number one was.
Oh, it's hard.
It's gonna be interesting because this is just four. I only had four options here, so you may know some that I don't even know. But
right, that's true.
Number one was Point Break with 47%. Number two was The Shallows with 26%.
Ooh.
Number three, Surf's Up, 23%. And number four, The Endless Summer with 4%.
Kaya, what do you think? Which movie got surfing the most right?
I'm sorry, but Blue Crush wasn't in the polls.
There we go. I knew there was gonna be one that I didn't know about.
Blue Crush.
I love Blue Crush.
Who's in Blue Crush, Kaya?
Oh my God. It was early beautiful white girl whose name I can't remember right now because I'm super perimenopause. So
is this no, I know who it is.
Is she one of the Kates? She might be one of the
Kate Bosworth.
Yeah.
Bosworth! I knew it was Kate. Yeah. Thank you, Nick. Young, early Kate Bosworth. And she really trained up for it. She worked really hard and did the underwater, you hold your breath and run with the rock underwater. And she did all that really hard, crazy breath hold training.
Was Jessica Alba also in it, Kaya?
Michelle Rodriguez was in it.
Michelle Rodriguez. Okay.
Plays her pal, her buddy. It's a beautiful little love story filmed on North Shore, Oahu. I love all the surf movies. I am working on the adaptation of the movies or of the book Swell, the memoir of Captain Liz Clark, who is a beautiful young captain who very young decided, I want to sail around the world. And she had not really sailed much on her own. And she built a sailboat herself in Santa Barbara and took off on an adventure to find true love and empty surf breaks because our surf breaks are getting pretty crowded in California. So she went on her epic sailing journey to go around the Pacific. It's an epic story. And we don't really see that many women on the water. But I have to give a shout out to World Surf League, who is the first international sports league to pay their female athletes equal to their male athletes.
Wow.
They did this. They did it first. So there's a lot of love. Caitlin Simmers won the World Cup this year. She's 17 years old. She's one to watch. And it's exciting to see the evolution of the sport, and especially on screen, because I feel like we could see these rad, I like to say my brand is adventurous, badass adventurous women. I love badass adventurous women. And I love it, especially when they're actually true stories. Because mostly when I ask other friends in the industry execs, I'm like, who do you think of when you think of badass adventurous woman? And everybody says, who do you guys say? Because everybody usually says the same one.
I'm like Lara Croft.
That's what I was saying.
See, Sam?
What else?
I don't know.
Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc. Exactly.
Yeah, Joan of Arc's there.
Am I aging myself? I mean, that's pretty bad. Right.
Xena? Was that her name? Was it the Viking?
Red Sonja.
Red Sonja.
Come on now. Let's go. See, we're all over the place, Kaya. Who does everybody else say? Because we're not like everybody else.
You are not like
I can think of athletic women, but you can't conflate athletic women with adventurous women. That's the problem.
I think sometimes adventurous is, just having the courage to confront whatever you're up against. But most people say Wonder Woman. And I'm always pointing out that most of the women that people pick are fictional. Except for Joan of Arc, everybody you picked was fictional. And so it's part of my goal in film and television to be like, hey, let's actually look to some of the badass adventurous women in our daily lives who are doing incredible things, who are living amazing stories. Who are those role models for the young girls coming up? I didn't have those role models.
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama.
Blake Lively.
No, she can't be up there with Michelle Obama.
I do these things for Sam's reaction.
Shout out to Blake Lively. She's very, very fun, very beautiful, very cool person. Not Michelle Obama, though. She's not like Michelle Obama. They're different. Different category.
Yes,
right?
Indeed.
I mean, come on. But it is funny that it's difficult to find like off the top of your head, like you do tend to just go to the fictional women first for whatever reason. Now, that being said, we might have just went to fictional men too.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
that would have been
like
Indiana Jones, bro.
If you tell me Adventurous Man, I think Indiana Jones and I think James Bond, like right away. And then I think Jason Bourne.
Yeah, I love that.
Because I know Matt
are
Damon's
they
not
really
like
out
that
for
in real life.
adventure? No, man.
Adventure kind of happens to them. Indiana Jones is going on the adventure. I think 007 is assigned the adventure. Now, Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, he signs up for the adventure.
That's what I was
thinking. But in real life, though, because he's legit. It's not just...
He's legit. He's legit.
He's both.
Legit. Yes,
his character
exactly.
and him as a person.
Yes, exactly. You got it. You got it.
So Tom Cruise on Oprah's couch.
Okay.
Man. He wanted to let you know. He wanted to let you know, like 2-footed jump on the couch.
Yep.
On national
Tom
TV.
Cruise. He's
won down for an adventure.
Thank you for that.
But yes. Well, who do you say, Kaya? Who's your female adventurer of like all time?
Oh, man. I mean, of course, I love Hypatia, who was the first female mathematician scientist in history. And she was just facing down the religious extremists of her era and defending a whole library with her body, with her soul, with everything in her. So I love Hypatia. I love the Trung sisters, who are extremely well known in Vietnam, who are two women who led the battle against China. They both died in battle, and they're phenomenal story that we really don't know here in the U.S. unless you are Vietnamese, but they're uber famous in Vietnam. So looking at, some of these global leaders, I love the story of Mary Kingsley, who is a young English woman going, I don't want to get married and be stuck in a corset. I'm going to Africa and I want to study plants. And she got on a ship and went to Africa in the 1800s and started, going up the rivers. And
which always sounds like a good idea until you actually do it. In the middle of the ocean. This was a really bad idea.
No, bro, if you're on a ship in the 1800s, you could die of 17 different types of area, like diphtheria, listeria, right? Like
all of them.
No.
Oh, I got one.
I have a friend named Kinga Phillips, so you guys should all follow Kinga. Kinga Phillips is a member of the Explorers Club today. Kinga's phenomenal. She's been to every possible country. She's had a couple shows on the air as a travel host, but she is a badass, adventurous woman. She is going places no one else has gone. She has gone looking for missing persons in the Amazon, in Brazil, trying to track down missing persons in the wilderness. And, that is an example of someone who I super admire in my own life. And the Explorers Club is primarily men. So she's one of the few women in that club. And, hey, let's go make a movie about Kinga, because there are so many little 10-year-old girls who are like, I don't know who I could be when I grow up, and they put on a Wonder Woman cape or something because they're trying to figure that out. And we need those leadership examples of your Michelle Obamas, who has walked this path before me, who I could emulate.
Do you spell her name Kinga? Just like it sounds?
Yeah, Kinga Phillips. I think she's 2 P's at the end. Yeah, Phil. IPPS.
Kinga Phillips, look her up. One I thought of, Nick, was Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
Now that's an adventure. Stakes are high.
Yes.
World's against you.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine.
You're a woman leading men to freedom. Yep. Come on now.
Man, so come on now. Let's preach it. Right?
Harriet Tubman.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Yes or yes. Yes or yes, Harriet Tubman.
Thank you again for your polls.
Of course.
They're quite nice.